The one thing I understand about karma, it never forgets an address. And through all her nonsense, throughout the few years she's been the township supervisor and the Dalton City Mayor, known as the Super Mayor! Yay! And Tiffany Henyard, right? Well, I got some clips to show you, and we're going to get right to it. No further ado, DJ, spin that
And
shit.
tonight's decision was made within minutes, with Tiffany Henyard receiving a blow to her re-election efforts.
A packed gym room at the Homewood Flossmoor Park District erupts in cheers as the Democratic Party caucus for Thornton Township decided to deny embattled current Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard's name from being on the ballot in April. State Senator Napoleon Harris now nominated as the Democratic challenger for that position.
So to hear the people tonight, you heard them express how wonderful it was to finally get rid of her.
It was the first time in 30 years that Township Democrats used a caucus to determine who will be on the ballot. Those seeking the nomination for Township Supervisor needed all 8 people for that slate, which includes Supervisor, Highway Director, Clerk, Assessor, and 4 trustees. Henyard did not have a certified assessor on her ticket, deeming her invalid for consideration. Current Thornton Township trustee Chris Gonzalez earning the Democratic nomination for a trustee spot under Harris's slate.
We want to get the township back on track, back to where we feel it should be.
Henyard was appointed Thornton Township Supervisor in 2022 and also serves as the mayor of Dalton. Tuesday night's decision comes as Henyard has faced criticism over township spending while also disputing with trustees.
What's currently going on, I'm disappointed, but what I'm looking for in the future is hope.
Now, Henyard can still run for Dalton mayor, but in order to run for township supervisor, she'll have to be a write-in candidate. We are live in Homewood. I'm Trey Ward, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Now, this woman who's been running around here, running rampant, just running amok, right? Spending that money that's not hers, like it's going out of style and all that, right? Lost her nomination bid to become reelected as the township supervisor, right? Now, as the reporter stated, since she's not nominated, she has to be a write-in ballot, right? Someone has to write her name on the ballot to cast the vote for her, right? Now, I find it funny that these people, whenever they lose, they sound just like Trump. I'm like, hold on, you Democrats got so much smoke for Donald Trump, and yet you got a person within your party who is not going to be the township supervisor anymore because she was voted out. Tremendously voted out. I mean, people started doing dances inside the gym. That's how bad they didn't want her. And yet she's running around here talking about it's rigged and it's not fair and that you have to let the people's voice be heard. Tiffany, guess what? The people have spoken. They don't want you. They don't want you no more. You just like that escort that came in the hotel room for a night. Once that motherfucker got his nut, he ready to kick you out of his room so you can go to sleep. And the people feel the same way about you. Your 15 minutes of fame has gone up in smoke. You're done, right? Because if you think losing the bid to be township supervisor is bad, well, you just wait. Because all that bullshit you did as mayor, guess what? There are people chomping at the bit to get your ass up out that seat. That's right. People are chomping at the bit to see you get up out of there. Because you have not served the people, you are only serving yourself. And when you're on this self-serving agenda, you're going to end up being by yourself, right? People have left you. Your comrades, your confidants, your co-conspirators, they all left you. You're by yourself. You're done. right? You're done. You try to appoint that corrupt police chief, and you had pretty much had to have outside entities come in and block that, because you had to have that. You wanted to get that corrupt police chief in there so bad. So no, don't nobody feel sorry for Tiffany Henyard, the Superman. Yay! Yeah, don't feel sorry for her ass, not one bit. Because she deserved this. She deserved everything that happened to her, right? And everything that happens after this is on her head. The blood is on her hands. She chose this life. She chose to be a dictator and not serve the people and get into these petty, bitter arguments back and forth with the residents of that state or in that town. Both towns. I mean, she's going out there, going to D.C., going to goddamn Vegas, going to wherever else on the taxpayer's dime, spending that money like it's hers on the taxpayer's dime, having security details, first-class flights, all kinds of dinners, multiple SUVs like a convoy. I mean, she is out there running it up. Her and her little boyfriend. Absolutely disgusting behavior from this woman. Absolutely disgusting behavior. Well, I don't feel sorry for her not one bit, because she is no longer going to be the township supervisor. That's right. She out of there. Now, in case you need to see it one more time, well, I'm going to run it back for you one more time. It's gangster, gangster, gangster,
Tonight,
gangster.
a ballot battle happening in Thornton Township, where opponents are trying to knock Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard off the ballot for the April election.
Now, Henyard is also the mayor of Dalton, but her path to keep her second job just got more difficult. NBC5's Regina Waldrop was at the meeting in Homewood and tells us why Henyard won't be on the Democratic ticket for her supervisor re-election.
7 minutes. That's all it took for Tiffany Henyard to be out as the Democratic nominee for Thornton Township Supervisor. And she left here visibly upset.
Illegal meeting!
A crushing blow for Tiffany Henyard. Hundreds of people waited outside and dozens more inside an auditorium in Homewood as the results were announced. Illinois State Senator Napoleon Harris will be the Democratic nominee for Thornton Township Supervisor in the April election.
We had a caucus and the people voted for a slate of candidates to represent them at the April 1st consolidated election.
Henyard was in the room as the announcement came in. She called the vote unfair and illegal before leaving.
All the people outside, they let not one person in.
It's one thing to win, but let's do it properly and let the people really have a voice. The people's voice was taken today.
Henyard's allies also raised questions about why so many people were not let into the building. They say she may seek to be a write-in candidate.
They wouldn't let none of the people in. This is absurd and something needs to be done about it. This is criminal.
The process was followed and it came out the way it was supposed to.
Richard Nolan is the Republican nominee for supervisor. Other positions that will be on the April ballot: township clerk, township assessor, highway commissioner, and 4 trustees. And again, Tiffany Henyard's camp saying what happened here not fair, and they say their next step, legal action. Reporting from Homewood, I'm Regina Waldrop, NBC5 News.
Regina, thank you.
So let me get this straight. Let me understand something, right? Make sure that 2 + 2 doesn't equal 22, sucker, right? So you're trying to tell us that you wasn't given a fair shake and that everything was rigged against you, Tiffany Henyard. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. So it's only free and fair when you win, right? But when you don't win, it's rigged. People there had a chance to have their voice heard. They're trying to keep people outside. All this other mumbo jumbo to not atone for the fact that you lost. You lost. You know why you lost? because you didn't do by the will of the people, Tiffany. That's your fault. You ain't no different than than Trump and his goddamn Foot Clan members out here talking about it's rigged, it is not fair. How is it not fair? Huh? How is it not fair? Explain how is it not fair. Now you threatening legal action? You try to take this to the court? You don't like the outcome of the results of the primary or whatever special election that was held out there. You didn't like the results, so now you're threatening legal action? What are you gonna base it on, huh? You just gonna go in there and try to shed them black girl crocodile tears and say, oh, that's been right against me. Who you have? You can have Van Jones right next to you to court you up? Or you gonna go on that 3-chair, fat child mouth, big titty fuck, and Roller Martin to state your kids out, bitch? All right, I gotta bring the temperature down a little bit. Hey, what's up, Ted? Good to see you, bro. Same thing with you, Yusuf Knight, right? So what? So what? What your deal, huh? What's your deal, right? Because it was predominantly black. Where you go accuse some white supremacists of rigging this shit, huh? You know that Illinois state senator that's gonna be on that Democratic ticket for the township supervisor is black, right? So you can't scream racism. Who you gonna scream reverse racism, huh? Oh, this man blacker than me. He can't be on the ballot. And he a Democrat. So what's your excuse gonna be, huh? What lie you gonna cook up to try to satisfy some narrative to make you feel good, to make your little pussy wet, huh? What you gonna say? You don't got a case. You don't got a case. Yeah, go ahead, take that ass off your chest, right? Next to the nut stain on your teddy, right? You take that ass off your chest and shit, cause you won't be no super mayor no more. And then come next year, you ain't even gonna be the mayor. You just gonna be Tiffany. That's what you gonna be. Now, talk about threatening legal action for what? Because you lost? So the election is free and fair only when you win, right? You don't sound no different than these goddamn Trump acolytes out here. It's rigged. It's not fair. What's not fair? Well, guess what, bitch? Life's not fair. You got to take the good with the bad. When you was running around here on taxpayers, in some cases, you violated campaign finance laws. Some cases you out here violating the goddamn the statute when it comes to spending this money. When you're not supposed to spend taxpayer money from another town. So for example, when she was the mayor out there in Dalton, Illinois, when she went on that little trip to DC, when she was on these little selfie screens and she was out there, hey, look at me, I got a picture next to President Biden. Look at me, I'm the Superman. Yay! Right? She spent the township's money. She's not the mayor of the township when she's the supervisor. So why is she spending that money to go on these goddamn lavish trips to DC and shit? The fuck out of here. Yeah, but you being investigated by the FBI, your little police chief, yeah, he getting investigated by the FBI too. They coming down your ass at 4 in the morning. So when you out there riding your boyfriend, little genetic jackhammer, right? When you busting off that shit and you getting the little cream pie action of your own, guess who's kicking down your door wearing a full? All you hear was Papa don't hit me no more. That's right. The goddamn feds, motherfucker. 5 minutes to get your ass up out that dick and into some clothes and enter the car to try to escape, bitch. That's right. The days of Tiffany Henyard running running amok is over with. That's right. Now, if you're not subscribed to this channel Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me.